Hi guys, it's David here, back with another video. What I got for you today, I'm going to show you how to make your own flashlight diffuser. And if you don't know what that is, what it does is it alters the beam profile. So here I have this Olight, and here's what that looks like. But this Olight came with a little diffuser that you can put on here, and now it's diffused. It's not that center hotspot. It's more, you know, like ambient lighting like. That's great, but the thing is 90% of flashlights do not come with a diffuser cap. So what happens is if you're wanting that, you're kind of scrambling to go find one, and then sometimes, you know, the manufacturer will make them and sell them at high prices, but then they don't make exactly the ones that's for the model that you bought, and then, you know, what can you do? So here's what I made. This little diffuser, and I'm going to show you how to make this one I made for the P30. And here we have the P30. That's what it looks like. And then the little cap I just made. And there you go. Not only can you just make one for the P30, with this, what you can do is make your own diffuser for whatever light you have. So I can show you some examples of ones that I've made. And I've got here, Convoy L6. There you go. And bam. We also have this Nitecore TM28, and for this one, this is a little bit different. It's a multi-emitter light. So I got, whoops, here's the TM28 and TM28 diffused, and then we have TM28 partially diffused by a little bit of engineering you might call. All right, so then we got a little mix of both in there with that, and I made additionally for the T6VN. So here we go. There's that. This is a mega thrower light. And now, bam, very nice looking light when you know, diffuse the light. Oh, and then this one happens to fit on the TK75 too, so now you get a different tint there. Lastly, I've already made one for the X7 VN, which we know is already, this is a pretty good flutter already, but it's not quite what you would call ambient lighting. And then now it kind of is still really, really bright. So that's what you can do. What do you need to make this work? Well, real quick, you need these things here, and what it is moldable plastic. I got Instamorph brand, but it's moldable plastic. I'll leave a link. A rolling pin, a flat sort of pan or metal something, maybe the bottom of a frying pan might be better than this thing. It's too flimsy. A rolling pin, a lighter, and a pair of scissors, and a flashlight. Alright, so the first thing we want to do is, we've got our hot water now, and we want to add a little of this moldable plastic. See, I got a P30, maybe about that much. I always do way too much, so this time, hopefully I don't do too little. Okay, so this thing we're gonna maybe roll it up, the plastic on this. So I don't want it too cold because it'll cool off the hot plastic. So I'm gonna heat this up just a little bit. And I don't want it like burning hot, just so that it's not cold. Good. And then you got some sort of utensil to get the plastic out of the hot water. Pull that out of there, and then first you just work it kind of, it's all knobby and a lot of little nubbins in there, so you want to work it out so it's smooth. So I just kind of flatten it out and fold the corners back over, flatten it out some more. You don't want any air pockets in, so keep an eye out for stuff like that. And I'll just heat that up a little bit more. Alright. You can always throw this stuff back in the hot water if it starts getting too stiff. Alright. And we just roll this on there, heat it up a little bit more. Roll it out. Right, and repeat the process. And sometimes, if you're wondering why I have this bowl here, sometimes if you're using a big flashlight, you're making the diffuser for a large flashlight, this will get pretty big, and so you need something larger to start putting it inside of there. Alright. Water is cooling off a little, so I need to hurry up. And just see that it's big enough to cover the front. All right. So now I'm going to go ahead and put this, and I need a paper towel because I don't want it too wet and steamy when I'm putting it on top of the light so that moisture doesn't get through. So just kind of damp that a little bit. And then light. And you can kind of pull and stretch this around here a little bit so it contours. And then you want to push the edges down as best you can so that it fits snug. Okay, and you may want to take it off of there and sort of pull these back a little bit more, sort of bend them in so that when it hardens it's a little bit tighter so it'll grab on. So now I'm just kind of holding these pressed inward and letting it cool a little bit, and hopefully it's going to be about the right fit. I got a fan over here to let it help it cool. Bring that on over. dry that now. And kind of stick that on there. And we can trim it so that these big flaps are not, you know, so much on there. And there we go. No diffuser and diffuser. Pretty nice, right? Create ambient light, either for pictures or for doing, you know, tasking or whatever it is. Then if you need that, then you can have it. Alright, now that I've shown you how to put together a diffuser for the P30, we're going to go ahead and go outside and take a look at what these look like. I'll let you in on a little secret. I already went outside and looked at them. So the bad thing about that is when I filmed it, I didn't quite get the right area. I should have had like a more localized area with just stuff all around me, so that when I light it, you can see how much it lights up everything that's around you so well. But I was kind of like some trees that were a little bit off in the distance, and I figured, well, they're not very far, but I didn't realize they are pretty far, you know. It's just like these mega throwers that I have there, you know, you get used to how far they can shoot the light out. But you know, for application, when you have these sort of diffused lights like this, it's really like multiple application. You can use it for, if you have, say, you're something like setting up camp or setting up an area outdoors, and maybe you have a little mini tripod and you pop the diffuser on there and put that on, and that's you know, your local light. I've got a lot of light around this area here, so you can't really see this very well. Oh shoot, somebody at the door. Package delivery. So what I was saying, yeah, I've got a lot of light around this area, which kind of messes with the way these flashlights look on video when I'm sitting here like this and I got all this extra lighting. This is actually much brighter. Another thing, so yeah, to light up a localized area, definitely these are just like ideal. One thing, if you put these on you get a light like this or like this or like this, and it has a tripod mount on it, and you put it on a tripod, don't just turn it on and then leave it there, because your light might not like you very much and quit its job. So that wouldn't be too smooth if you lose your $200 flashlight or, you know, what have you. So you just kind of like, you know, set it in and then just kind of tone it down to enough light, but it's, you know, your light is not going to get too hot. So just do that, make sure, use proper precaution. Another thing is using this light for walking. Like if you're walking around and you got, like, say, a lot of stuff underfoot, a wooded area or something like that, something like if you got a throwy light, it's not going to light up the stuff like under your feet or off to the side. So as soon as you put the cap on there, then it's much better for sort of seeing where you're going immediately in front of you while you're walking around and stuff, and just seeing your immediate environment. You can even see that. I'm just holding the light out here, and how it lights up just everything. Instead of lighting like that, it's lighting like that. So you guys like and subscribe, and I'll be back with more videos, and let's go ahead and go outside and we'll take a look at these diffused flashlights. Thank you. So just to get an idea of how the diffused light lights up in close range better, here I got the Nitecore P30, and here's what it looks like there. And you can see it's really dark outside of the spill area of the light, and if you're trying to look at something directly, it kind of washes out. You know, you got your really bright usable spill area, and then really dark outside of that area. So then I'll pop the cap on. There we go, finally. Now it's just for the general area that you're in, it makes it much more usable light. So let me hold this, I won't turn the light, and you can see the spill is still extending this entire range of my rather messy backyard. All right, Convoy L6, perfectly diffused. All right, so looking at some of these diffuser lenses, I'm gonna just start off with the Nitecore TM28, and then we'll give it with the raw beam, undiffused. That's pretty impressive. All right, let's go with halfway diffused now. All right, now halfway diffused, and there's a lot more light, like underfoot now. Like this is not here when it's just the standard beam. Take that off of there. See? No spill. And then we'll go with the fully diffused bit here. And that's just complete flood here. So it's like really bright down there, really bright, shining, hitting that branches up above, but not getting out very far. So make more sense for just for, you know, an ambient effect, I think. All right, so that's that. That's the TM28. And let's look at the. Here I have the Convoy L6, and then here's the straight up neutral white. This one's got a shaved dome and it's modded for a little bit of extra output. Kind of nice tint. So that's what that looks like. And then we'll go with the let's see. Here we have, and really it's already too much range for this, you know, when it's diffused like this. So it's a lot of light that's coming off of here, but it's hard to kind of give it its just due from where I'm at here. Maybe I should sort of turn this way, these trees. All right, well anyways, that's the L6 T6 VN modded flashlight. Here's what this one looks like with in all of its glory there. And look way down there, see those sort of trees are pretty far between there. All right, we'll go ahead and put the diffuser cap on here. And again, it's just diffused light. One thing though, I made all these diffusers too thick. I noticed towards the end that you need to roll them down really, really thin, and they're better like that. These are just a little bit too thick, so they're not letting quite as much light as they should through. The TK75, the Fenix TK75. So we'll just swap that off. Oh, let's look at this TK75 there. A nice beam there, the TK75. And with the diffuse on, again. All right. If I made this a little bit thinner, it would get out a little bit further, which is actually what I want. So something to keep in mind. But looking straight ahead, as you know, with this light, you wouldn't get this type of, you know, light. There's not enough objects directly in front of me to sort of do it justice. All right, and we got one more X7 VN. So this is already like a massive flutter, but I actually use this for some pictures and things, you know, indoors, to just with the diffuser on, to provide light for photography. Now it's really, really, really a flutter. See like this tree here? Like I'm holding the light straight out, but the tree is lit up all the way back almost behind where I'm standing. So it's just a massive flutter wall of light, perfectly diffused for sure. But it could be a little bit thinner and let a little bit more light through. So all right, that's it. That's the last one. Thanks you guys for watching. And remember to, if you make these diffuser things, roll out that moldable plastic as thin as you can, pretty much. Okay.